Hello everyone, this will be a first look or sort of how far it's come sort of video for my game, Mercenary Operator Wolves. This game is extremely early on in development, but I just wanted something to be able to look back on as it gets further on in development. I've only been working on this for 3 months, but it's the end of summer, so it's a pretty good time to do an actual video like this. So without further ado, without further rambling, let's get started. I'll start by showing the guns that I currently have in the game, and we'll just go from there. The first gun in the game is the AK-74. This is also the very first gun that I created for the game, and unfortunately, it is also the only gun that is working 100% flawlessly. The second and currently the only other gun in the game is the M4. This gun functions perfectly, however the problem that I'm having with it now, which I can fix pretty easily when I actually get around to it again, is that the hands do not attach correctly and they're like off in space next to the gun, but not actually holding the gun as they should. The third and final sort of major feature that I'll be showcasing is the stamina system in the game, which as of now, stamina is only used when you sprint, though I am planning on expanding that in the future. I just need to figure out what other sort of actions will use stamina. Lastly, I'm just going to show sort of more of the miscellaneous smaller features that don't really justify having their own section for. So I already showed this a little bit, but I didn't actually showcase it properly. But this pop-up target, I'm going to go to safe or to semi here. It actually hits down, and this was seen, of course, in the demonstration of both of the guns, but then it pops back up over time. I'm actually quite happy with how that turned out. Next, we have a wooden crate here. We have a cardboard crate here and a military sort of storage crate here. They all can be destroyed if you shoot them enough. The military crate has an insanely high health. I believe I set it to 1,000, which makes sense because it's supposed to be that these are all filled with stuff, so this would have a lot of stuff in it, and it's already pretty rigid in itself, so you'd have trouble shooting through that. Wood crate has, I think, 500 health, so it's pretty hard to shoot through, but you can get through it if you hit it enough. And you can see there's actually some dust cloud effects every time you hit it. And then the cardboard box has very little health. It's just, I believe, 100 or maybe even 200. But the thing about the cardboard box is that since it is just cardboard, you can push it around, which you cannot do with the wood crate, and you already saw you cannot do that with the military crate. Actually, when you actually shoot this, you'll see it gets destroyed and it collapses into just some cardboard like fragments there. The same will happen with the wood crate and the military crate. However, I do not have a sort of corpse or debris sprite drawn up yet for the military crate, so it will actually just glitch out if I do that. But I think that I have enough ammo. I don't think I set the health too high on the wood crate to show that. There we go. So then it just is reduced to a pile of boards. And then the next thing is doors, which I am overly proud of. They're just doors, but I'm extremely happy with how they turned out. So currently, whenever you get close to them, it'll actually show up a slash. That's not actually the button that you use to interact with them. I set the interaction key to be either spacebar or enter, but that's just there as a placeholder because I just finished this part yesterday. But so when you press space, you'll hear it actually has like an opening sound and it has a closing sound. When you ram into the door, pretty minor. I made it to be like that, but you can hear there is a bit of a bashing sound, and also uh, there's a little bit of a movement in the door as if it's rattling, sort of like on its hinges. Um, you can open the door from either side, as you should be able to. And yeah, I'm quite happy with how those doors turned out, even though it's so simple. And that about does it. That is all the major features of my game so far. So to end off the video, I'll just show sort of briefly what I plan on creating next for the game in the future. Currently, I'm working on the storyboard, developing the characters, the story, all of that for the game. After that, I'm planning on implementing the M9. As you can see, I already have the sprite drawn for it. I just need to actually implement it. I haven't done so yet because I need to change the idle animation, or the aiming animation rather, with the M9 since it's held differently than a rifle. After that, I plan on having a visibility or a field of view sort of thing where you can only see in front of where your character's actually looking. And then this one's kind of minor, but less gross looking ground, because as you saw in that last little clip, I just have this sort of placeholder grass, and it looks really, really bad at the moment. So I am going to be changing that out, uh, probably sooner rather than later. And then lastly, but most importantly, is I'm going to add actual AI. I have A-star pathfinding AI in the game currently, and it works quite well. That about covers all of the major points for my game. I did gloss over a few minor points just to try to keep this as short as possible. But thank you if you got this far for watching the whole thing. I hope you enjoyed seeing it. Hopefully, I will still be making some cool updates in the future, and I will see you next time.